Okay. Let me see. Let me see if this is live right now. All right, and we are live, y'all. What's going on, everybody? Okay. Go ahead and mute that. All right. So, big news today, man. Let's hop straight into it. We had Donald Trump show up to the Bitcoin conference, which I was able to listen to the majority of his speech, and I'm gonna be honest, I feel like he did a lot better than I expected. Like he was dropping some bombs, right, in a good way. When it came down to him just speaking on Bitcoin and what he can do and what he plans to do and also promises to do if he is elected for the president, um, you know, for the upcoming election and everything, right? So without further ado, man, I'm gonna play this video and then I'm gonna show you guys all the quotes, like all the amazing quotes that he actually said at the Bitcoin conference. All right, so let's play this video. We're going to talk about Donald Trump. We're going to talk about the overall market. We're going to speak on base and aerodrome news. We're going to talk a bit about Soul City because they just launched today, and then we're also going to dive into some of the Olympics, like the Olympics backlash that's been kind of going on and stuff. So let's dive into this video. Then we'll.
Today, I am announcing that if I am elected, it will be the policy of my administration, United States of America, to keep 100% of all the Bitcoin the U.S. government currently holds or acquires into the future. We'll keep 100%. I hope you do well, please. This will serve in effect as the core of the strategic national Bitcoin stockpile. As planned today, I am announcing that if I am elected...
I'll start it over. So there you have it. Donald Trump saying he pledges to never sell Bitcoin and hold it as a strategic reserve asset if elected president. Obviously, that's going to make people more bullish on Bitcoin and want to, buy it or hold it them damn selves. But that wasn't the only amazing thing he said at this Bitcoin conference. And shout outs to Watcher Guru. I feel like I need to thank Watcher Guru a lot more than I do because they're like my go-to Twitter page when it comes to crypto news. And I plan on watching the entire Donald Trump speech video so I can quote everything he said, but they already did it for me. So all we got to do is just pretty much just go. Let me see. There you go. Pretty much just kind of read each one by one and kind of just talk about it. So first off, it's a Donald Trump 2024 Bitcoin conference speech recap. It says, so he said, on day one, I will fire Gary Gensler and appoint a new SEC chairman. My bad. We want to switch it there. There you go. So yeah. So again, Donald Trump said, he said, on day one, I will fire Gary Gensler and appoint a new SEC chairman. So for those who may be unfamiliar with Gary Gensler, again, he is the SEC chairman, but when it comes to crypto and the SEC, they've been trying their hardest to not even try to put a respectable amount of regulation on crypto. They've been going hard on trying to for example, the XRP, when the SEC took XRP or Ripple to court for all those years and stuff, and then they still pretty much came out as a loser. I mean, that's just one of the situations. But yeah, Gary Gensler is he's one of the most unpopular people when it comes to someone that the crypto community looks at, man. The crypto community does not like him, and I understand why. I feel like when it comes to him and the SEC, there's a lot of things that they're doing that some of it looks just like they're kind of just bullying and kind of picking on the crypto industry, to be honest, just making it harder, just making it unnecessarily harder for crypto to grow. So he's talking about he will fire Gary Gensler on day one. I don't know if that's possible, but I wouldn't be surprised if he was to kind of like, put him in check if he was president. All right, so let's move to the next one. There's a lot of these things. The next thing he said he will create a U.S. government strategic national Bitcoin stockpile if elected. He said the U.S. government will keep 100% of Bitcoin it owns, which this alone is already pretty bullish. I mean, him pretty much backing Bitcoin and crypto as an industry overall, for him to say that he'll keep 100% of the Bitcoin. I mean, obviously that'll create some like supply and demand type of effect where that can make that this him saying this alone could already contribute to Bitcoin being even more valuable now, right? Then he said Bitcoin is going to the moon. That was pretty cool when he said that. He said never sell your Bitcoin. He was saying like some of the most bullish. I ain't gonna lie, Donald Trump was low key sounding like a Bitcoin maxi. No, like you would think Donald Trump was like invested in Bitcoin for the past 10 years. Some of the things he was saying, but at the same time, like I feel like he is genuine. I think Donald Trump, I mean, him being a businessman, him looking into the crypto industry and understanding that it's a thriving industry that's in the trillions when it comes to the market cap and stuff. I think he understands how popular, and not only how popular, but how Bitcoin and crypto could shape the future for America and just overall entire world, So for him to say never sell your Bitcoin, that was pretty cool. He went on to say Bitcoin will one day probably surpass the market cap of gold, which is bullish. He says, I reaffirm my pledge to commute Ross Ulbricht's sentence. He said, there will never be a CBDC while I am president of the United States. Then he goes on to say Bitcoin and crypto will skyrocket like never before if elected president. Bitcoin is not threatening the dollar. The current U.S. government is threatening the dollar. Like, yo, he was... This is one of the reasons why I do I do favor Trump. I feel like he's very unfiltered. Like he will just say whatever he wants to say. He's very transparent. Then he goes on to say the United States will be the crypto capital of the planet and the Bitcoin superpower of the world, which is like very big of him to say. Then he says Bitcoin stands for freedom, sovereignty, and independence from government coercion and control. Then he says, I pledge to the Bitcoin community that the day I take oath of office, Joe Biden and Kamala Harris anti-crypto crusade will be over. Which I'm gonna be honest, man. It's good. So I wonder if they will back it by gold eventually. It should probably. I think at this point, man, I mean, you have the former president Donald Trump speaking on it. Potentially the new and up and coming president, like talking this big about Bitcoin and other cryptos and stuff. Like, who else was talking about it? You had Robert F. Kennedy Jr., who's also running for president. He's backing Bitcoin and crypto. You have the mayor of Jersey City. He's talking about he wants to put some of like the city's pension towards Bitcoin ETFs. Like, it's really like at this point, it's really getting to the point where you have like big names, people with like big authority, big fan bases, big communities that support them that are speaking up and pretty much saying like, they fuck with crypto. So, but yeah, everything that Donald Trump was saying was like very, very bullish, man. At the time of the live stream, I think Bitcoin was around like 66,000. Right now it's like 68,000. One thing I will, if I can kind of like, what's the word? If I could like criticize some of the things that I feel like he did, which I kind of feel like was unnecessary. When Donald Trump went to the Bitcoin conference, right? Like, I'm sure like myself and everyone there are expecting him to just really mainly talk about Bitcoin. Like, I didn't really like the fact that he kind of steered away from the Bitcoin stuff. And I mean, it was more so him tying like crypto into like the other stuff that's happening, which in the case I understand, but it was some stuff I feel like it was some stuff he was saying that was kind of unnecessary. Like some stuff like him still going back to calling Joe Biden like Crooked Joe and Crooked Hillary Clinton and saying like Kamala is a low IQ person. Like I feel like I feel like he didn't have to go that deep into the other side. He didn't have to go that deep into politics. But at the same time, like I get it because crypto is tied to politics. But other than that, I feel like it was a pretty solid conference for Trump. Like I said, I feel like he did a lot better than I assumed he would. So, and at the end of the day, like, I'm in crypto. I love crypto. That conference alone is going to be I feel like it's already in like an historic moment for crypto and Bitcoin. So, it's a W. But yeah, so even looking at the overall market right now, Bitcoin is at 68,000, Ethereum is at 3,200. Obviously, like we're still a bit of way from the all-time highs and stuff, but at the same time, like keep in mind, I think like a week or a week and a half ago, like Bitcoin was at 57,000, or it went to like 56,000. And on the same day that Donald Trump almost got assassinated, Bitcoin was actually at 58,000, and as soon as it happened, that shit ran all the way up to like 68, 69,000. So I feel like where we are right now, as far as Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana's at 185. Like Solana's up 6% in the past 7 days. Even on the narrative tracker, like I use this website to kind of show me what's like the main narrative, like the most trending topics that's being discussed. Even right now, as you can see on the screen, let me see if you can see it. Let me see, you can see it. Yeah, you can see it. Probably can't see it that much, but yeah. Let me see if I can zoom in a bit more. You see a bit more. Yeah, so if we zoom in right here, again, this is like a narrative tracker. It shows you the most trending topics. Solana is coming in at the top, right? Number one trending topic. And then you have meme under it. And then other stuff is like Bitcoin, real world assets, artificial intelligence, and everything else. But yeah, Solana's been trending number one for like a good while, and then memes is usually like in the second one. Memes and meme coins, I mean, that pretty much go together. But yeah, so Donald Trump Bitcoin conference, the overall market is looking nice. Some other big news as far as Aerodrome. I just seen this announcement that they just made. Let me zoom in a little bit more. I just seen this announcement. It says Aerodrome tops on-chain ETH trading volume. It says at Dex Screener, in 24 hours, slipstreams wrapped ETH to USDC surpassed Uniswap's V3's mainnet pool with 86% less liquidity. And it says the Aerodrome's capital efficiency is unmatched and traders prefer Base. And if you come down here, you can see in the past, like as far as the 24-hour volume, you have Base at 159 million market cap. You have Uniswap at 158.5, which is crazy to me because keep in mind, like Base and Aerodrome just really started like getting popular. Like it just, first of all, the Base chain just got released a few months ago. Like it's a very, very new chain, right? Compared to Uniswap that's been out for years. Like I've been using Uniswap since 2021. So for Aerodrome, right, which is a Base token, and pretty much like an exchange as well, or swap, for them to surpass Uniswap, that is crazy. That goes to show how much money is coming onto Base, right? And keep in mind, the number one meme coin on Base is Brett. And then you have like multiple other ones that are popping up. You have Brett, you have Chinese Pepe. It's a lot. There's just a lot. But this right here, man, this I feel like this right here is another reason why Base is going to just increase like shit, maybe 10 times the amount. I would say either by the end of this year or sometime in 2025, man. It's like the volume, the amount of money coming in, and keep in mind, like Coinbase is still going through phase 3 to 5 as far as like pushing their Base ecosystem and like really trying to onboard that 1 billion people that they're trying to get. Like I'm like, if you really pay attention to Base and Coinbase and everything they're doing, you can literally see every stepping stone that they're doing, and it's actually working, and it's getting to that top. Like it's kind of like climbing Mount Everest. Like that shit is just it's just going higher and higher as far as Base chain. Like the amount of growth this chain has is It's remarkable. That one right here. And then in other news, Soul City has just launched, and this is the token that I just talked about a few days ago. The dev had reached out to me and asked me to make a video for it, which, you know, I was down to. I feel like it's a pretty cool and unique project. Where's the wait? Soul City. Let me go to the website. So for those who may not know or just unfamiliar with this one, if you guys haven't watched the video, Soul City is a new Solana project, and the whole idea of this project is, as you can see right here, this is a city, right? This is a city. This is a live, right? A live animated city that changes, right? And when it changes, it actually upgrades. Like you can see, like the buildings, they look rugged, they look dirt, like it got dirt on top and stuff. They look, it looks very just rugged. Well, this city is tied to the token price of Soul City, and the higher the price of Soul City goes up, that's when this city will upgrade and pretty much change into like a better city, right? So again, this city, this live city is tied to the token price. So just going through the website real quick. It says who we are. It says Soul City is a dynamic blockchain-based game on the Solana network, where the city's growth and development are directly influenced by the price movement. It says the core gameplay features economic influence. Players trading activities directly impact the token price. So pretty much, people who are buying and selling this token, it impacts it impacts the city. It says influencing the city's growth and advancement through different eras. So it'll change, like it'll like upgrade and change it to a different and better era. The more, like the higher the price of the token goes, right? Which is pretty cool. It says city building mechanics. The city's development is automated and tied to the token's market performance, reflecting the collective trading efforts of the players. Each era unlocks new building types, technologies, and visual changes, providing a dynamic and evolving cityscape. It shows like the Soul City tokenomics and stuff. But another thing that's even cool, like that's even cooler with the project, is they have a burn mechanism. So the burn mechanism is each phase passed in the game will result in the burning of 500,000 Soul City tokens, reducing the total supply and potentially increasing the token's value. So on top of that, this project is a deflationary token as well, which of course, you know, deflationary, sometimes if it's done right, not every project can get it right, but if this project can get it right, that can obviously, you know, in the long run, add more value to the token, because the more tokens that get burned, supply and demand kicks in. The less the supply, the more the demand, right? And I feel like this is like a dope idea. Like I've never heard of this in my last like 3 years of being in crypto. I feel like this is different as far as gamify and like blockchain games and stuff. And just an overall dope idea. So if you guys are interested, make sure to go to the Soul City official Twitter account. They are currently in the Telegram as well, celebrating and just kind of just chilling as a community. So feel free to do that if y'all want to. And yeah. And then on so as far as like crypto news, that's pretty much all we have. I'm gonna go over the Donald Trump 2024 Bitcoin conference speech recap again real quick. So again, he said on day one, I will fire Gary Gensler and appoint a new SEC chairman, create a U.S. government strategic national Bitcoin stockpile if elected. U.S. government will keep 100% of Bitcoin it owns. Bitcoin is going to the moon. Never sell your Bitcoin. Bitcoin will one day probably surpass the market cap of gold. I reaffirm my pledge to commute Ross Ulbricht's sentence. There will never be a CBDC while I am president of the United States. Bitcoin and crypto will skyrocket like never before if elected president. Bitcoin is not threatening the dollar. The current U.S. government is threatening the dollar. The United States will be the crypto capital of the planet and the Bitcoin superpower of the world. Bitcoin stands for freedom, sovereignty, and independence from government coercion and control. I pledge to the Bitcoin community that the day I take oath of office, Joe Biden and Kamala Harris' anti-crypto crusade will be over. Yo, he was going off, bruh. He was going off too, bro. He was talking mad. He was talking mad mess to them too. He was like the Democrat Party. They've been trying to destroy crypto for the past 3 years, which a lot of that is true. Like for the past few years, like even Kamala, they've just been talking about her. Like even she said that she believes crypto is used by criminals. Like she just believed crypto is just something just used by criminals and dark web people. And then I believe even like Biden was kind of like, eh. I think Biden at first was like, eh, he didn't really fuck with crypto. And then I think he started being more friendly once he realized crypto was tied to politics. And that was also like a big group and a big industry that he also kind of needed to help him boost up his campaign. So that's when he kind of started being more crypto friendly and stuff. But overall, like even and I'll be honest, at one point, even Donald Trump was like, he didn't really fuck with crypto like that. But now I believe Donald Trump really did do his research. I think he really did dive into the crypto industry, and him being a businessman, I think he really does see the potential and the power that the crypto industry has, as far as making like America and just the overall world a better, like, and just more revolutionary type of place, as far as just being innovative and just changing as a whole, right? So yep. Now that is the crypto news. And other news, I did want to talk about one other thing, which is the Olympics that's pretty much going on now. Olympics 2024. And the main thing I wanted to talk about with that is this. It was a lot of outrage and anger and backlash for this performance that happened, right? So again, the Olympics, it's every 4 years, right? They have like they have like the track, they have they have all types of different sports, right? The Olympics host all type of events, right? Now, just like how like football, or like the Super Bowl would have like the Super Bowl halftime show. The Olympics have somewhat of like a halftime show, or some type of performance type of show as well, right? Now, as you can see right here, it says backlash after Olympic ceremony drag queens parody Last Supper, right? So if you look in this picture right here, literally every person you see right here is a drag queen, right? Every person you see right here is either I believe either like drag queen, or just some other shape or form of a person from the LGBT community, right? Now, I didn't even know this until I looked at the picture again, right? Or I seen the video. So you have this person right here. You have these drag queens, drag queen, drag queen. I'm not sure if she's drag queen, but drag queen, drag queen. And then if you look on the left side right here, this is a little girl, right? This is a little girl, maybe 9 years old, maybe 10 years old, 8 years old. Like she looks young. So you already have people who are like completely upset at the fact that, like, um let me just break it down. Let me just break it down to you, all right? So first of all, the Olympics is a family friendly event, right? Just keep that in mind. It's a family friendly event. Um Everyone usually, watch the Olympics, especially families. Families sit down to watch the Olympics just like they would like any other popular sports, basketball, football, baseball, soccer, etc. And even like, just in my opinion, it's kind of like, what does drag queen have to do with sports, right? And I think that's another reason why a lot of people are upset. It's kind of like, for one, the LGBT community just had their um was it gay month, like gay pride month, right? Like like June is completely catered to the LGBT community, right? You had like the gay pride parades, and all that type of stuff, right? And I'm just trying to catch you all up on like the speed of this whole LGBT stuff that's been going on, right? So there was already people that was angry because they saw kids participating at the Pride Month parades with naked adults in June, right back in June. Um, then you also have like a book reading event. Like it's been several like events, and like people who actually captured it on video. You have these little events where, like, I think they call them like drag book readings or something like that, where they have drag queens, flat out reading books to kids, right? So you have all this type of like weird over sexualized stuff that's happening, especially around like little kids. It's kind of like, where do you draw the line with this stuff, right? Like where exactly do you draw the line? Because don't get me wrong, like at the end of the day, the LGBT community is a big community. not every person in that community is a bad person. I feel like you have some actual people from that community who also just who are also looking out for minors, and like just underage kids well-beings and stuff. And even like, for example, I'll give you guys like a Twitter that I follow and I usually look at. It's called Gays Against Groomers, and it's pretty much like gays who are against all this like over sexualizing of kids and stuff. And at this point, like it's like you see it everywhere. Like you see it literally everywhere. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm all about like adoption and acceptance. But if you look at anything, literally anything, and I'm someone who can speak for this because like I'm a content creator, and one of the things I have to do is look at everything. Like I look at movies, I look at shows, I look at music, I look at the news, I look at everything, right? Commercial, everything. And when you look at every single thing that you can think of, like they're sprinkling some type of LGBT stuff and everything, right? And everything. And again, I feel like it's to the point where like I feel like they're trying to force feed people to just accept this. Because again, like why does there need to be a drag queen show at a family friendly event, right? Where you have like these men who are dressed in drag with like fake prosthetic breast and all this weird stuff. And like again, this I'm gonna show y'all this video too. This is the video where they show the kid, right? They're showing all the people. Look at this. Look at this little girl. Look at her. Look at her. Like what? So again, I haven't even read that. I haven't even read the article. Let's read the article. So again, people are outraged about this. It says, let me zoom in a little bit more. It says the organizers of the Paris Olympics are facing a backlash after an apparent drag queen parody of Leonardo da Vinci's Last Supper featured in the opening ceremony. Far-right politicians criticized the skit. Far-right... Bruh, yeah, this is another thing. Like once I started getting into politics, like it's so obvious to me when people are trying to like, like twist a narrative. For them to say far-right politicians criticize the skit, no, it's more than far-right politicians. Like it's not only Republicans who are getting mad about this. I'm sure it's adults who are getting mad about this. I'm not a far-right politician, and this upsets me. So I hate how they try to use like, oh man, like this is what they usually do. The far-right politicians criticize the skit. The MAGA supporters criticize the skit. The Trump supporters like, no, bro. Like there's more people who feel like this is just unnecessary fuckery. You get what I'm saying? So with that being said, look at Alfred. He said, bro, everyone criticizes Bush. Bro, everybody criticizes it. That's exactly what I'm saying, man. Everybody criticizes it. Like I hear how they try to point fingers. It's like, no, I'm sure it's probably some people on the left side who probably disagree with this, right? So yeah, again, it says far-right politicians criticize the skit, with Marianne Maricho, a member of the European Parliament, apologizing to all the Christians of the world who felt insulted by the performance. The controversial scene featured at the end of the 4-hour show when, in heavy rain, a group of around a dozen performers, including drag queens, struck poses behind a long table. At the center was a woman wearing a headdress that resembled a crown while holding her hands out in a heart shape. She was flanked by drag performers and other artists who danced alongside her. So again, and this is another thing I haven't even spoke on. So when you see this, right? So again, keep in mind, this is the 2024 Olympics, right? This is a family event of people sitting down, trying to watch, like enjoy sports, right? Like these sports that only happen every 4 years. They see this, right? A drag queen show where at the end they sit behind a table with a little girl, right? Right? You see on the left side, and they're pretty much like just disrespecting the Last Supper picture, right? This is the Last Supper where you have Jesus, you have Judas over here. I believe Judas is over here somewhere. Last Supper. This is like a very popular artwork by Da Vinci, right? And it's kind of like, come on, bro. Like, and like I said, where do you draw the line at this, man? And like, even me talking about this, like, I'm not someone who I'm not someone who's like I don't hate LGBT people. Like I said, I know it's a big community, and I feel like there's some people who are legit trying to like you know, they're just legit fighting for, you know, equality, which I respect. I mean, I feel like if a person want to live that lifestyle and not and be unbothered, cool. But when you have the other people who I feel like are groomers, people who are trying to force feed people to like, you know, get it, like like just accept this, is kind of like, bro, this is disrespectful. This is disrespectful in so many ways, right? Alfredo said, "I know guys that say they took it too far." Oh, he said, I know gays that said they took it too far." Yeah, there's always other like members, a part of the LGBT who speak up about against this as well. My boy Design DNA said, "Hey, what's going on, brother? If you paid attention, they continuously flashed a satanic symbol when they during the green laser fight." He said, "This world is a whole mess." It is, man. This world is definitely a whole mess. This is that was the only picture that I seen. Mm, what else they say? Let me see. It says at the end of the scene, a serving tray was placed on the stage, and a scantily clad man who was painted blue. Oh, I forgot about I forgot about the blue guy too. Oh my god. Yo, man. How like come on, bro. Where do we draw the line, bro? Where do we where do we draw the line, man? They got a gay a gay blue man group. It says a performer likened to Papa Smurf confused many viewers. Bro, y'all remember the Blue Man group? Bro, he like one of the he looked like one of the homeless. He like one of the gay homeless man from the Blue Man group. Like he looked like the fourth member of the Blue Man group that got kicked out. Like what is this, bro? During a family event? Like, come on, man. Is you serious? Why? Where do we like again, where do we draw the line with this stuff? And another thing I feel like when it comes down to all this stuff is I notice like the specific gays who are like pushing this really hard on people, like they don't even know that they're what's the word? They don't even know that they're making things worse for their community. And they're in certain LGBT people's heads, they're thinking that like the more that we spread out, the more that we push on the people, the more people like the more that like the better it'll be. But like in reality, it's worse. Because at the end of the day, like I feel like the majority of people in America who are like straight, I feel like the majority of people probably don't they probably just don't care. Like people usually don't care. People usually just they don't care. They might mind their business, you know. But I feel like in these type of situations where you're like throwing it at people, like you're literally just throwing it at them. So many disrespectful type of moments happening and stuff. Like you're really just pissing people off more, and you're actually making people like I feel like you're taking steps back when it comes to, you know, growing the LGBT community. Like people don't want to deal with it. This is weird. People are still pissed at that Star Wars TV show where you know it's called The Acolyte, and they talking about like the Force was created by two lesbians. Like what? like they're like oh man, this LGBT stuff, man, this shit is wild, man. It's wild. This is all my gay friends hate being grouped with trans community. The blue gay Smurf was freaking. Yeah, man, it's wild, man. Especially the trans community, man. Like being able to see, like, seeing videos of grown men with like full beards, hair on their chest, beer bellies, like looking like just look like they just smell like just looking horrible, bro. Like you be having those type of men slapping on a wig and having the nerve to call themselves a woman, bro. Like that shit is wild, bro. There's so many creeps, right? There's so many pedophiles, perverts, creeps who know that they get that protection when they join the LGBT community. They have that. They know when they get under that umbrella, they have that immunity, and they take advantage of that. And a lot of LGBT people don't even see it. Like they're literally using their organization, their community as a shield to do weird shit. But I don't want to talk too much about that though. Yeah, so we got that, man. We got crypto. I'm excited about obviously I'm excited about crypto. Again, that Donald Trump speech was pretty bullish. Solana's still trending #1. This thing has been booming. And yeah, Soul City looking nice, man. Like nice launch. Yeah, so other than that, that is the topic of today so far, man. Other than that, appreciate you guys coming through, showing love, supporting. As soon as I get some more updates as far as crypto, so on and so forth, I'll definitely update you guys. I'm gonna share this right now on the YouTube. Right there. All right, yo. So, with that being said, thank you guys for tuning in. Be safe in the crypto space and also be safe in the real world. Catch you guys on the flip side. Peace.